right, hello, welcome to the Utah Puck Report. It's me, your host, Jay Stevens. I'm glad to be here. I'm just your friend in hockey. I want to talk about hockey, and of course, I want to talk about the Mammoth. But we got to go back to our roots, man. I got to keep in touch with the Utah Grizzlies, even though they don't like me this year because I broke the story about them being sold, and we're all heartbroken about them being sold. But one of the first things I thought of when I found out they were being sold is I was like, man, that's going to suck for so many of us. But the ones that it's really going to hurt is the Booster Club, the Growlin Grizzlies Booster Club. You guys have been so amazing. Cassi and Sid, you guys. First off, tell us a little. Sid, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about what you do in the club and what the club does for the team.
So I've been the president of the Booster Club for probably 5 years now. Basically, we're just a player-focused organization. We help set up the apartments. When they get here, there's nothing in the apartments basically. So we load them up with, toilet paper and dish soap and, all the amenities that they might need. We then, during the season, when they have back-to-back games like Friday, Saturday, we feed them after the Friday night game so they don't have to go searching for dinner. And then we have a couple of events during the year where the boosters get to, hang out with the players and get to know the players a little bit. And then we also have an adopt a player program where the booster gets to adopt them and give them a care package once a month, which is a hugely popular and fun program. It's great.
Yeah, I think I've told you before, and I shared the thing from the union, the statement saying how they're needing more money for the players, they need more support, they need more time off for the players. I got involved with the union a little bit my last few years with the Grizzlies, and just seeing how much you guys do for those guys. And I think that's a part a lot of people don't understand. Yes, they're professional athletes, and yes, they're playing professional hockey, and that's the dream, and that's why they're doing it. But they're only making like $450 a week, and then the Grizzlies are supposed to pay for their room, and you're supposed to, based on your seniority, how many games you played, based on whether you're married, there's supposed to be certain types of rooms, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But these young kids, usually 18 to 22 years old, roll into town. They don't know anybody. They don't have any money, and you guys come in and just provide this amazing service. And I remember, I think I told you this when you were on the show, like just the times that I got pulled up, they're like, hey, you're going on the road. And I swear it might have been you and your husband. So, like, I got a care package for a trip to Boise, and I'm like, it was so nice and so thoughtful. And there were things in there that I didn't know any, like, stuff that I like. And I didn't know if people researched it, but I found out later that somebody asked Evan Stofflet, like, what kind of stuff I like. And, yeah, it's just such a nice thing to have. And, when I was in my late 40s at that point, and I was like, it meant a lot to me. I was like, this is a nice little care package. Like those things really matter. They really help for these kids, and they're away from home too, which they've all played juniors in college, so they're away from home before. But it's just that nice little added touch that you guys do. And then Cassie, tell us about like what's your role in this, and then how did you get involved in it?
Well, I am very unique this season because this is my first season being on the board with the Booster Club, while it also being the last season that I'll be on the board. So I get kind of a twofer. Um, Last season, I kind of kept pressuring Sid. I was like, you've taken on so much on your own. Like, I really want to help. Like, tell me how I can help. Give me something, anything. And so she pulled me in this season and she's like, all right, come to our meeting. And so we sat down and it was just, I do what I'm told. Sid says, hey, we need to do this. And I'm like, all right, I'll find a way to get it done. And when we're like, all right, these are the dates that we're going to do specific items, I say, okay, let's make sure that we get a communication out. And so I think primarily my big role has been helping with drafting a lot of the communication that's been sent out.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I will say her energy has been awesome. We're a small board, and a lot of us have, well, we all have full-time jobs except for one person, and it's there's a lot that goes into it that on the back end, and Cassie's energy has just been fantastic, just kind of keeping me on track. if nothing else. You look up and it's a week has gone by and she's like, hey, you need to do this. So,
Well, you gotta love somebody that's the first thing out of their mouth is "I do what I'm told." So that's perfect line mate. What do you? I know these things come out of your pocket a lot of the times, but where does the rest of the money come from? How do you guys generate money to do these things for these athletes?
so our main way we raise money is actually through raffles. And we've been lucky this year with it being the final year. A lot of our fans, and probably our biggest fan is our treasurer, Jim Williams, who's been a Grizzlies season ticket holder for years. I can't even tell you the first year. It was in the 2000s sometime. But he has a closet full of sweaters that he has generously gone through and donated. We've also had some other stuff donated to us. So for our holiday party this year, there's going to be a silent auction and raffle, and we'll have some really cool stuff there. That'll be collector's items type things. And then throughout the year, we'll have a few of those. And then we've been holding sweater raffles, twofers. You buy a raffle ticket, you can win two sweaters at a time,
Oh
just
wow!
because we have a lot of them. So that's pretty much the way we raise money. And then through our membership fees are $20 a person, 25 a family. So we don't make a lot of money there. It's just that's our basic operating costs, and then the raffles bring in most of the money.
How many members are there of the Booster Club right now?
I think we're right around 50.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 75, but I think it's closer to 50.
So, what was it like when you guys found out that the team was being sold, and where did you find out, and like what was the first thoughts that were going through your head? Sid, we'll start with you.
Um, it wasn't a surprise to me. I kind of expected it. I was hoping and praying it wouldn't happen. Um, but I'll never forget the first game after the announcement was made. Everyone was just sad, just realizing that this is our final season with the team. It's I don't know that it's fully hit me yet because we've been so involved with the team and we're still doing so much, but it's going to be really hard when they're gone. I'm going to
Oh,
miss it a lot.
sure. For sure. Cassie, when did you find out about it?
Um, I honestly can't remember exactly when I found out, but definitely, I guess I kind of was in some ways expecting it. I know we sat down for our booster club meeting and it still was kind of iffy on it seemed pretty official, but it hadn't been officially announced. And so we sat down and we're like, okay, well, if this is really going to happen, like, what do we do from here? But then things definitely just advanced. And that's when I remember specifically, I was looking for your information. I, of course, I'm like, if it's true, then Jay's going to be the one that says it. So
Yeah,
it's
much to the
definitely.
chagrin of the Utah Grizzlies, who did not want to. They didn't want to announce it, and I get it. They had their reasons, but like I thought you guys needed to know. And when I found out about it, and I've never revealed my source, but nobody will ever guess what my source was, and it wasn't Kanasowicz because I don't think he fully knew when I found out. There's nobody in the state. Let's just put it that way. But when I found out, I was on it. I was calling the Grizzlies. I was calling Kanasowicz. I'm like, is this really happening? Because you guys say that you kind of expected it. I did not. I expected them to be sold, but not to be relocated.
Well, yeah. So I guess that's kind of where I was too. I mean, I expected the sale. The fact that it was New Jersey was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
I agree
Cassie,
with
I'm
that.
sorry. I cut you off,
No,
Cassie. I'm
you're
sorry.
okay. I'm
So,
like, I do what I'm told.
okay, so you look to my Facebook or the Utah Puck Report. You find out that it's true, and then what does that do? How do you feel about that?
Um, I I definitely started doing my own confirmation. I mean, reaching out to people that I know that work within the organization and stuff, and just saying, "Hey, like, how accurate is this? Like, are they really gonna go? Where are they gonna go?" And then when they announced that they were going to New Jersey, that was definitely quite the heartbreak and quite the shock because that's not anything that I really anticipated. And I was really hoping that we would be able to keep hockey affordable for my family because,
Right.
as we were talking about earlier, like my son plays, my husband plays. They've been trying to get me to play, and I'm like, if I'm forking out all the money for all of us to play, I still want to be able to see really good hockey at an affordable price.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the thing, man. The Grizzlies, I'm blown away that they're being sold. I'm blown away that they're moving. This is just there's so much demand right now, and I know I e-bugged for Idaho in the first game of the season, and I've seen the pictures. I know the attendance is way down this year, but I don't think that's because of the sell, and I don't think like you noticed that before. There's a rumor that the NHL is coming, and there's more people in the stands for the Grizzlies. And then last year, the NHL is here, and there's more people in the stands. Hockey is hot in Utah right now. And like we were talking about, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I had 6,000 people listening to this podcast. And now it's skyrocketed. And it's not because I'm like the best podcast host. It's just because hockey is skyrocketing in Utah. And so to me, I'm just blown away at the timing of all this. It just seems like wait another year. If you're the Elmore Group, wait another year and see what happens. Somebody else is going to buy it, and they can keep it in that Maverick Center, and they can do renovations there, get ready for the Olympics or whatever else they need to do. All the other rumors that are going around, but it just blows my mind. Um, so what's next? How do you guys handle this? You guys have a big event coming up. You're trying to raise more money. Tell me more about what's going on with that.
So our holiday party is this coming Monday. It'll be held at the Maverick Center in the banquet room with the team and Booster Club members. If you want to join, hit us up through our Facebook page, which is the Growlin Grizzlies Booster Club, and we'll see if we can fit some more people in on Monday. Although our account I think is due shortly, but we can see what we can do. Yeah, so that's kind of a big fundraiser for us. A lot of it, frankly, goes to pay for the dinner because we pay for the team.
Yeah.
So anything on top of that, is extra money for us. But honestly, the team dinners we do throughout the year are all potluck by the boosters. So our boosters donate food for those Friday night meals or back-to-back game meals. And if we have any extra money, it would be nice to be able to maybe cater one or two of those instead of asking our fans to bring in food from home. The players kind of like it when we cater too. They feel a little special when they get a catered meal. But anything left over, we'd like to find an organization to support hockey somewhere, nonprofit that helps kids get involved or people who aren't exposed to hockey. I don't know. We'd like to find a nonprofit that supports hockey and donate whatever's left over.
Yeah, I knew that was kind of the plan. I was wondering, that was one of my questions too, is have you figured out, like, was it going to go to the junior Grizzlies or was it going to go to Don Korth and his thing, or you're just still looking for any...
I don't even know that we haven't, Cass, do we have any really good leads at this point? I don't know that we've found our list yet.
I think the biggest lead was who you had recommended. I think you said Don Crouch,
Don
right?
Korth. Yeah, Don Korth. The Rebels Foundation, yep.
And so that one, even on like all of the Utah hockey parent pages, he's always the first person that everybody is like,
Okay.
Somebody's looking for sticks, go see him.
Yep.
And so when you had suggested him, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a really great option. But the other part is us figuring out the technicalities because we are a nonprofit. And so trying to make sure that we do the right thing and handle that transition correctly. And as Sid was saying, we're all volunteer based. So doing all of that and
trying to figure out all the legalities.
Yeah. It's like, this isn't our specialty. So we want to make sure that we do it right. And so we've got to make sure that wherever it goes, it's definitely got to benefit our local youth hockey because ultimately our goal has always been to support our Utah hockey in general, whether it be the Grizzlies or in this case, it would hopefully go somewhere that's going to benefit the future of hockey here in Utah.
Yeah, for me, I think Don Korth's a great option. And for those that don't know, Don Korth, a former firefighter, former Salt Lake County firefighter like myself. Well, I'm still, but anyway, he goes around, like he's been coaching forever. He's been involved with hockey forever. He's just a great guy. And he goes to all these other rinks and he does these gear swaps, basically. Come drop off all the stuff you have in your garage, see if he has something newer, get into something or something that fits better, And then for kids that are just trying it out, instead, like Cassie, you've got a goalie. Like if your goalie's just trying it out, you don't want to go drop $4,000 on goalie gear, which $4,000 is basically what it's going for now.
Oh yeah.
And you don't want to drop $4,000 and have your kid play 2 games and be like, no, I don't like it. So you can go to a guy like Don Korth and he'll get you gear and get you in it, and that's his whole thing, is just getting more and more people into the game. So yeah, I think that'll be a great choice. I'm sure whoever you guys go with will be well thought out. Okay, so this Monday night, that's the 8th, right? Monday night the 8th.
Yes.
Yep.
And how do people? Did you say already how they get signed up? Is there a website?
The best thing to do is message us through our Facebook page. It's the Growlin Grizzlies, Growlin with no G, Growlin Grizzlies Booster Club. And just send us a message through there, and we can address messages. We have a website, but it's not working very well. So
Okay. And like I said, you guys do amazing work, and it's always so good. And if you're somebody that's never really been exposed to minor league hockey or to what the booster clubs mean to these kids, now would be a great time to, like, everybody wants to be involved with everything the Mammoth are doing. Those guys are making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Come check out what these guys are doing for the Grizzlies. These are also professional athletes, just on the other end of the scale. This is the second tier hockey, so this is AA hockey. Guys that played with Mammoth players in college or in juniors, but they're just not making the money. And you can go and you can meet them, you get to skate with them, you get to feed them dinner. I'm gonna reach out to Jersey Mike's and see if I can't get. I know Jersey Mike's and maybe even Legends. Those are hockey people. I'll reach out to. I'm really good friends with the Cotton Bottom. Maybe I can get them to throw in some garlic burgers and try to get some. Yeah, let's get some of these meals sponsored. Those are just great hockey people that I know that I think will jump right in and help out. I know Jersey Mike's has a lot in the past, so
Fantastic.
we'll get those guys in. But if you're somebody that's listening to this for the first time, jump on the Growlin Grizzlies Booster Club Facebook page, get signed up, come check it out on Monday. See what it's all about. Help these kids out. Come, have that unique, intimate experience of, getting to know these guys, getting to know these athletes, and then go watch them play in a game. I think you guys have done such an amazing job. And it's always fun to have the boosters like in the stands, and then you have dinner with them, and then you see them on the glass, or it's just a nice support structure you guys have done for these young men.
thanks, Jay. Thank you.
Anything else you guys would like to add, Cassie, before I let you go?
Well, I guess just either you can reach us on our Facebook page. We've got quite a few of us that are active on there, or come to a game. Definitely come see us at the top of section 119. That's where we have all of our raffles. That's where we display which jerseys are up for raffle during that homestand. Talk to somebody that's at the booth, and we'd be more than happy to answer any kind of questions or anything like that, whether it's at the booth or through our Facebook page. We want to have everybody enjoy this final season as much as we possibly can.
So, yeah, and I jumped on Black Friday and bought tickets for the final game. And because I'm going to be there, and I think we should all be there. Everybody should be there. And you shouldn't just be there for the final game. You should be there a lot anyway.
Although hopefully it won't be our final game.
Oh yeah, playoffs, right?
Fingers crossed, right?
the final hunt continues. All right, Sid, what's your parting words? What do you have for us?
Well, I would like to thank all the boosters that are supporting us now, and those who've supported the Booster Club in the past. We can't do this without our members, especially with the dinners and all of that stuff. It just doesn't happen without fans being involved. So I want to thank those folks. And then, I would encourage people to come out and watch this team. They are so much fun to watch, and they're just trying to make it to the next level, which makes it that much more exciting for me. It's so, like, I'm going to sidetrack here for a second, but a couple of years ago we had Charles Dastu, and he's now with Tampa and lighting it up over there. It's Minor is now up with the Avs. It's just, it's so cool just to follow the careers and meet all these really awesome young men. I don't know. I'm really going to miss it. That's all I have to say.
I can tell it's hurting you guys. I can tell it's hurting you guys. It hurts me too, man. The Grizzlies mean a lot to me. And like you talk about with Dastu, it was so fun because I was at the Mammoth game when they played Tampa, and it's fun just looking out there and seeing him, and it's fun to watch Colorado and see Miner play. But you look back at if you look back at the history of the Grizzlies, we'll have to figure out like maybe who was the best player to ever play for the Grizzlies. Because when you go back all the way from when they were in the AHL or the IHL, and you pull up names like Mike Smith and there's been a lot of guys, the Denines, Brickley. There's been a lot of guys that have come through the system as the Grizzlies. We know all the ones that were successful with the Eagles. We have to really sit down and put that list together. But it is fun seeing Dastu and Miner that year, a couple years ago, to a mat like that was Kanasowicz's first year coaching. That was a fun season to watch, just phenomenal. And then to think all of a sudden they're sold, that can't be happening.
It's sad.
It is sad. Okay, well, I don't mean to break everybody's heart. I wasn't trying to make it sad.
I guess you did break my heart because you're the one that released the information. I have to confirm.
Yeah, that part's my fault, but I didn't sell the team. I just wanted everybody to know it was happening, and it's not the Mammoth's fault. Everybody blames the Mammoth. It's not the Mammoth's fault.
No, not at all.
Not that really matters. It's just this is just bad timing on some ownership. They should have waited. It's not my money, so it's easy for me to say they should have waited. But I just thought something better would happen. And I truly believe, like I said before, I don't think that building's going to be empty for long. It's too perfect for hockey. It's a gold medal building, literally. And it just seems to me like something else is coming. And I know, like you said, hockey numbers are through the roof right now. And it's something more's coming our way. Fingers crossed, right?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right. Reach out to the Growlin Grizzlies Booster Club. They're a phenomenal organization. Go have some fun. If you haven't done it before, or if you've done it before, or if you've been thinking about doing it, now's your chance. You're running out of time. So jump on board, try it. It's a lot of fun, and the guys really appreciate it. Guys, thanks so much for being on the show. Hopefully this really helps and gets some more people in that building and on your team.
I really
Thanks,
hope so.
Jay. Thanks for having us.
All right.
Appreciate it.
And that is the Utah Puck Report.